Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Hey, quick question. Are you guys tired of rolling your kayak over? And I'm talking more about the Outback or the Pro Angler 12, just to put your cart in your scupper holes. Well, I know that there's a few videos out there that give you an idea of how it is, but I was noticing that there was no clear instructions on how to do that, so that's what I want to help you guys in, because I had a lot of questions when it came to doing that, and basically kind of put my head together and try to figure it out. So I did. It works. I love that new way of doing the cart to the Hobie the easy way, without putting it to the side with all your stuff and equipment in there. Same thing with the Outback, even though it's a little bit lighter, but again, it still work, trying to put that those wheels in there. And for some of you guys that cannot afford, because again, you just spend over 3 grand on an Outback or a Pro Angler 12, on adding the Boondocks wheels. But in the meantime that you start saving up to do that, if that's the way you want to go ahead and do that, this will be a option for you just in the meantime, but it works very well. It's actually very easy to do, so if you want to watch that, stay tuned. Let me show you what I did here. So the Hobie carts, they come with the cart keeper. That's what they call it. These things that hook onto the little hook here and hold your cart, in, right? So the first thing you do to do this is you remove these with some pliers. It only comes, like glued, I guess, on there. Use a plier to do that. Now for the one that has the bungee, most people go ahead and cut these. Don't do that, because again, you could reuse these. This is not something that that is disposable. So how you do that is there's a clip on the bottom here. When you remove this clip, this bungee cord goes all the way through, comes out there, okay, and it's connected to this bottom part. Okay, I don't know if you guys see this. So it's like threaded around and tied, and then that's what holds it on the bottom. Okay, so first thing you do is pull this out, remove it, okay, and then that part comes out, and then you just remove the other piece of the cap, which is this little piece, okay, which is the same as the other side. So you remove both of those, and then what you do next is the stuff that the caps that you removed, you replace them with these Hobie pad eyes, I believe they're called, pad eyes. I actually picked these up locally here, and they're very, very nice because they're sturdy. They're like metal. They're actually Hobie brands. And the way I did this is when you get them, it actually comes, to the point where you have to thread it. You have threads on there. So the best thing to do is get a Dremel, if you have a Dremel, and kind of bring it down a little bit and keep on testing it. Don't do too much of it, because if not, it's not going to be holding. So this thing, it's really, held there. So you just take off a little bit of, a little bit at a time of the thread. And when you put it in, what you do is get an old shirt or something. Once it goes in a little bit, put the shirt on top of it and hit it softly with a hammer until it goes in. Once it does, they're not coming out, okay? So that's how you replace these eyes. All right, so let's go to the bungee cord section. This is a 3-foot bungee cord, okay? And how I did this is using some hog rings. For those that don't know what a hog ring is, they're these little clips, or I don't know what you really call these. That's what I got from Home Depot, hog rings. And since the crimpers or the crimp lock thing that you could use for bungee seem to be too big for this because of the width of the bungee cord, it really did not catch my eye on that, because I wanted a clean, smooth finish to this. So that's the reason I use these hog rings. And the way I did that, I burned the edges first and did a loop. Okay, if you notice that there's a loop, okay, and on that loop, what I did is, when I did this loop just like this, I used this hog ring just like that, okay, and I crimped it. And once you crimp that sucker, it's not coming out anywhere. So the other thing to finish it off is I used heat shrink to give it that nice smooth finish, and it allows no scratching or anything to the kayak as well, just in case you have a little sharp edge. But this way it's not going to happen. Okay, now when it comes to the hooks that connect to the cart, I used the S-beaners. Okay, you might heard me talk about these S-beaners on my previous videos when it comes to my holding on to my rods in case there's a capsize. This is how I do that. And these are 5 pounds, so they're sturdy. They're very sturdy, and 5 pounds is more than enough to pull this cart. You ain't gonna use more than that. So once you have those, you just connect them to your loop, and this connects to your cart, and away you go. Okay, so the only reason that I went ahead and used a 3-foot bungee is because it's it gives it enough tension for me to use it on this Outback with the rocket launcher. If you notice, I kind of twist it around, okay, when I connected on that first video. And then the other way is that it gives me enough material for me to pull it back and lift it up so the wheels go in. And that allows me to do the same thing for my Pro Angler 12. So it's really, really nice how that works. Okay, so again guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. You will help me a lot. I'm really trying to grow this channel. It's not as easy as most people think. Being successful in YouTube, it takes a lot of hard work to do that. So I need your support, to keep this going. If you have any questions on how this, this setup is, just feel free to ask me. Also, if you noticed where my Outback is sitting on right now, it actually it's just a floor stand, you could say, that I actually have wheels on it, so I can move this thing anywhere I want, even outside of my garage. If I'm cleaning out my garage, I don't have to be lifting it up and down, so I can move it and store it wherever I want. So if you want to know how I did that, let me know on your comments, and I will do a video specifically for that. Right, so again, thank you for watching. Until next one.